Alright, it's time for some classic Sega arcade action. This is Galaxy Force 2 on the 3DS. This is a very old game, came out in 1988 in the arcades, and then later on was ported to many systems, including Master System, Genesis, even the PS2. And while the Genesis port was a steaming pile, this one is quite good. Being on the 3DS, of course, it does take advantage of the 3D effects, but it's also had its sprite works upgraded quite a bit. Gameplay is relatively simple in this one. You have your standard lasers that shoot out, and then you have some missiles that can lock into targets. You also have an energy meter, which will deplete as you fly through the levels. And your goal is to have as much energy as possible, and you do this by speeding through levels as quickly as possible, and also by shooting as many enemies as you can. You'll get a energy bonus at the end of the level. You can choose to play on the standard arcade difficulty, but if that's a little too hardcore for you, you can adjust various things, like you can increase the amount of damage your shields can take. You can also slow down the rate of energy depletion. .3D effects look terrific in this game. They give a real sense of depth to everything. Couple of downsides to this game is the occasional bit of pop-up which happens when you're making sharp turns, which can cause you to crash into the wall and lose some of your precious energy. The other is that the game's very short. Since it was an arcade title, it was meant to be as difficult as possible, so, you know, they only programmed like 20 minutes of gameplay into it. A really neat feature for this 3DS version is the fact that you can save your entire playthrough as a replay and watch it whenever you want. This game has 6 stages. You can choose from any of the first 5 to begin with, and then you will just play through the rest as you go. But stage 6 will always be stage 6. And that was 3D Galaxy Force 2 on the Nintendo 3DS, a classic Sega on-rails shooter.